The last video I did, we spoke about the custom boots I had made with the SB tanning leather, which I purchased at Red Wing. That was the copper nubuck from the 8810s. And then you saw the boots that I made. If you haven't, check it out. It's pretty cool. So I mentioned that I should do more custom boots or just something. And I got to thinking about it. And I went to the garment district and I picked up some skins. Now, I'm not gonna make boots this time. This time I'm gonna make a chore coat. So the garment district in New York City is from, I wanna say maybe 27th, going up to about 37th. It's a garment district, fashion district. You have a lot of Calvin Klein's there. You just have a lot of like, even just random button stores, fabrics, hides, many leather stores. And so I went to a place which I've gone in the past and I purchased 2 hides and had 2 boots made. Here they are. And so I was familiar with this place and I went in, spoke with a guy named Dimitri, and he gave me a quick tour, and here I have some beautiful hides. So basically the inspiration for what I want to do, there's a double RL coat which I really like. It's unlined cowhide, ridiculously overpriced, $2,200 for something that's made in China. And I thought, there's no way I'm paying $2,200 for something made in China. And my goal is to make it here in the US for less than $2,200. So I'm gonna show you what I picked up. I'm very excited about what I purchased. And I brought in a chore coat as an example and spoke to Dimitri. And I'll basically just show one of these, I think, because what we ended up doing is, he said, you'll probably need 5 different hides to get the coat that you want. So I purchased five skins. This is sheepskin, so it's gonna be soft. If you don't know anything about sheepskin, you can see how supple that is. And we were talking about, he was showing me like, this is cow, this is goat, this is sheep, and I told him what I wanted. He's like, you could do cow, but it's gonna probably be a little thick. I said, I don't know how stiff, how thick you want it. They may have to like slice it to thin it out. And so we went and he showed me the sheep, and I fell immediately in love with this color. And so this is what I purchased. Now, and he also has horse, because I asked him if he had horse, and he did. But the color he had, I didn't really like because it was a little too close. It would have just washed me out. So he's getting in a few more horse hides, and he's gonna email me when they're in, and then I'll go pick up a horse hide when it's in. But I'm gonna give you a close-up look at this sheep skin. Look at that. So this is the flesh side, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to use the inside of this. And I told him that, because on the inside of, he was kind of explaining, oh, you may need to get more hides, because if they have to cut around where is it? I'm gonna show you if I can find it. Oh, here it is. If they have to cut around the number, you see there that number that indicates the size of the hide. And I told him, I don't mind if that number's on there. So if the guy who I contacted to make it, if he has like cuts this out and it's on the pocket of the chore coat and it has like this number, I think that's kind of cool. Or it's somewhere on the back, you see that number. I think it's a nice touch. It's very unique. But this is this beautiful color. So I got this color because it just, the way it looks on my skin tone, and it's just going to just really pop. And it will be one of a kind. I have something that from start to finish where I picked out the hides and sent it over to someone and had it made, and it will be just one off, just my jacket. Now I have to decide if I'm going to do sewn on buttons or if I'm just going to do a button like this on this coat here. I was thinking I would probably do sewn on because it is sheep and it is a bit thinner. And I would hate for it to rip the hide, the jacket once it's made. So I may just do a sewn on button. And if we get to that point, there's a place in the city called M&J Trimmings, and they sell just pretty much buttons and patches and all other trimmings that you would want for clothing. I went there and purchased buttons for a shirt that I purchased in London, and I didn't like the way the buttons looked, so I had them removed and put on bone, and it just upgraded the shirt immensely. So if we get to that point, I will maybe shoot me going there. Maybe, it depends if they're cool with me having a camera in there, or just purchase them and then just have photos. I'm just it's very, so walking through this leather store, this hide leather store, and all these ideas of and possibilities. I wish I could sew. If I could sew, it would get crazy. Things would get nuts because I would just be making all sorts of things. I saw at least two other, one was, I think another was sheep, but a different color. So if this works out and I can get this coat made, then I'll probably do either another coat or have a vest made, and something that's maybe a vest out of horsehide, if this all works out as I would like it to. But stay tuned. Stay tuned for this journey, and hopefully we can get this jacket to be made. And we're gunning for less than $2,200, made in the USA, sheep skin chore coat. So for these hides, there's 5 hides here. 5 hides here of sheep, and it was $314 with tax, okay? So if I can have someone make whatever their labor, and then the buttons, I know the buttons maybe be 20 something dollars perhaps, depending on how many. If it's bone, and maybe somewhere around $20 for buttons. So we'll see, guys. Chore coat, sheepskin, less than $2,200, made in the USA. That's the goal, all right? So stay tuned, and we'll go on this journey together, and we'll get something made that, yeah, I'm very excited. All right, stay tuned, and you come on this journey with me, and we will get a beautiful jacket made with this sheepskin. All right, see you guys soon.